You're watching Today I Grew Up.
No, it's just basically this. Okay, next up is for
Look at this guy with an award. You winning an award?
Collectively said it was
Screenplay.
really good looking.
I'm a screenwriter.
For best,
Congratulations.
theme music for you at some point? I'll let them know what the prizes are for the top 3 audience, whatever.
Nice.
One overall film.
What a famous guy.
So for the winner. And a friend.
They're multiplying. Oh no.
Your inflatable guy's outside, but it died. Yes. That dreamer is deflated. Kids, he's not dead. Good job, guys. Thank you.
Congrats, guys.
Oh, yeah.
I get to.
Oh wait, the one thing you think you forgot to mention is the other thing the first place team gets.
That is true. It is also a cash prize of $250.
All right, bigger drum roll.
Bigger drum roll.
I'll also tell you the top 3 and the films at the top are very, very close. I think the winner only won by 1 point of the overall. So
Yep.
there you go. Just rub it into all you guys.
Okay, we're recording. Okay, good. Jesse's currently fixing his
I
hair.
don't think your mustache has been this full since I met you.
Hey guys, it is Today I Grew Up, and I'm really excited because I'm joined here with
Jesse Parada from JP and Beyond. Hey, howdy, hey, guys.
Hey, howdy, hey. Yeah, we're really excited because I traveled all the way to Arizona. These guys won some amazing awards. Like, I felt like I was at an Academy Awards or something type thing, because this is my first time, never been to a film thing. But anyway, I wanted to get your perspective on, like, you know, you're a filmmaker, you won some awards now. Can you tell us anything about, like, last night, that whole awards experience, and, like, what that was like for you?
Yeah, anytime we've done, we've done these, because we've done a couple of these contests now, these film contests, and we've always placed well, actually. I think we've always been in the top 3, except maybe 1. But, yeah, so we got second place, and it's just really great to, like, see that, like, validation of, like, hey, you're making good stuff. And, I love, when when you're in the theater and everyone's watching your things, you get to see exactly, like, oh, what jokes work and what didn't, because, you get to see everyone's reactions. And, so it was great to, second place. That was great. And it's just great to be in a room with a bunch of people that are all, like, with that. Everyone's all supportive, and everyone's, like, we're all, like, kind of working for the same thing. So it's, like, you're a bunch of like-minded people, and you get to, like, see everyone's creativity.
Yeah.
And, so I like, it's always a good time.
That's awesome. And for those of you who don't know, Jesse actually does, like, mainly all the music for the shorts or the movies that they make, which I was actually really excited to hear because, obviously I love music. But can you go into, like, the process of, like, how do you get into the whole mindset of like creating that for the film? Like, do you have to put yourself in a certain mood? Like, I just kind of want to hear, like, the creative process between, like, how do you come up with, like, this music for the films?
I'm pretty good at, like, it kind of comes to me pretty easily. Like, I look at the scene and I just sit back and I try to imagine, instead of, like, I'm the one who's creating the music, I watch it and I just like act like I'm watching a movie and, like, oh, what music is like playing right here. I just, like, I watch it and, like, and then I just hear it, like,
oh, nice.
It's not always that fast, but I don't think so. Sometimes I don't have to think that hard. I just watch it and imagine like imagine like the music is already there.
So it's kind of like a blend between like thought and feeling. It just depends on like.
Yeah, I think so. Like, you know, you start to learn things over time. Like, okay, an oboe sounds pretty sad. It
Right.
always has a sad kind of sound.
Or strings.
Yeah, strings. You know, a bassoon or a clarinet has kind of a more lighthearted feel to it.
Right.
You know, and so eventually you know, as your knowledge of just instruments in general and music theory, I guess, it just helps. You know, you make those connections quicker. Like, okay, this scene is like this kind of mood. All right, so that's probably this instrument and that, and you know, and then it's just kind of knowledge of like, you know, what chords sound, you know, have that right sound. It's hard though because it's not the same as like, you know, I like to write songs, and you know, scoring for a movie is just so different because there's not like a verse and a chorus and a bridge.
Right.
But that's how my brain, you know, you have to kind of like shift because it's not like. Okay,
So like in one movie you could like one movie scene you could have like a reggae sound, and then like in the next scene it could just be a drum solo or something.
That's true. It could be yeah, that's true.
Okay.
Yeah, for the movie that I was working on, Crazy Quest, that was like all just orchestra, like a very big because it's like an adventure kind of thing.
You did a really great job on that, by the way. It was really.
Oh, thanks.
It sounded big.
I'm
It
excited
sounded
for
big.
people to, yeah, I'm excited for people to see it. And that was like my first time even messing around with that program, which samples actual orchestras. So it was a pretty big learning curve.
All right.
But yeah.
What's one good advice you'd give out to the audience if people are like looking into like getting into movie making or music making or any of the kind of art you just described? What advice would you give to people out there who maybe are like trying to get into this?
I would just say, like, you know, make what you think is, you know, you like and you think is good.
Should people worry about what other people think?
No. You know, hearing critiques is helpful and it's healthy and it's good, you know, but it's like, you know, you still want to, at the end of the day, make what you're passionate about and, you know, people will respond to that and just be confident in it, I think.
Yeah. That's great advice. You know, it's just like, I know a lot of people out there are really always struggling, like, what do I do? What do I do if people don't like it? But, you know, you heard it from the man. Be yourself. Be you. Be authentic. And that's probably the best advice we can give. What's the funnest part about being part of JP and Beyond or any of the projects revolving around JP and Beyond?
I just love making people laugh. I mean, yeah.
The guy has a Muppet shirt, so.
Right. Yeah. I just like making things that bring joy, make people laugh, make me laugh. I love watching me. Yeah. I watch my stuff all the time. Like, I love it. I go back and watch my stuff all the time. It makes me laugh.
And there's a lot of people out there that love watching
every
you
time
too.
Every time we're working on a new short film, you know, or whatever, I get excited thinking about, like, yes, once this is done, like, that's going to be another video that, like, is just we're gonna have this other video in our archive. Yeah. I can watch it and laugh at it years from now, and yeah, so I get excited every time we're working on another one because I'm excited about the finished thing, and like it's just going to be another addition to our, you know, collection of great films.
Yeah. On the set of the one that you just watched.
Oh yeah, that's true. We're in an actual set that we used in Deflated Dreamer.
Oh, that was shot in here, huh?
Yeah, it was.
That's the one that they just won awards for. It's called Deflated Dreamer. It's going to be out at some point, and I'll announce it whenever you guys have your links up or whatever. But,
stay tuned for that.
Wherever it's at. But stay tuned for that because I enjoyed it. It was really funny. I drove 5 hours to see a 5-minute film.
You did?
But like honestly, it was worth the drive because I was laughing my head off the whole time. And not to be biased, it was my favorite film there. Obviously, it really was because like nobody else made me laugh as much as you guys did. So it was really fun. And yeah, that's cool to know that you guys actually used this location as one of the filming locations. So that's pretty. Where'd you guys find the silly suit guy thing? Prop.
We just ordered that online.
Oh, really? That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Just ordered it.
Rapid shipping.
All right.
Right? Yep.
Amazon Prime, y'all. I'm just kidding. All right. Well, we'll see you later then. Thanks, guys.
What was the toughest part of filming Deflated Dreamer short film? The toughest part about Deflated Dreamer, as well as most of our shorts, is planning everything. I love writing it. It usually comes together pretty easily, but then getting all the pieces and when are we going to go there and who's going to be there, it's basically the producing part that I find the most challenging. It's not my favorite part, but once it comes together, it's very rewarding. What is my favorite part of filmmaking in general? I love 3 parts of filmmaking, and it's the ending of each phase of production. Pre-production, writing the script, when we get to come up with jokes and I get to see the story come together. I love like putting it together and figuring out what the story is. Production, I love being there on the set and getting a great take and just seeing things happen. It's your chance to be in the movie, like in real life. It's playing out there. So for Toy Story, it was like we're there on the street with toys. Or for Deflated Dreamer, it's like that's a wiggly man driving a forklift. Like you get to see things that you wouldn't in a normal everyday situation. And then post-production, I love editing because when I get to see it come together and I see that it works and all the hard work is paid off, you get to just sit back and watch it. It's like a puzzle, and I like figuring things out like that. So I love the end of each phase of filmmaking. How many awards did we win for Deflated Dreamer? We won 4 awards for Deflated Dreamer. They're right here. I brought them to show you. We got second place, best screenplay, which is the one I always like to get because it means that we cared the most about our story and we did a good job of writing it. I wrote this one mostly on my own just because Jesse was busy. We usually do both writing and directing together, but this time he was just busy most of the time, so I did a lot of those parts. So I got Best Director as well, and Audience Award. So thank you, David, for being part of the audience and helping us win that one. There they are. What are your future goals with filmmaking moving forward? Personally, my goal is to make a feature-length film sometimes, hopefully soon. I just want to keep with each short film, with each video I make, getting better, and I think we're seeing that happen with Crazy Quest and Deflated Dreamer being the 2 from this year that we worked on. I do think they're better than anything we've done before, and I want to keep that momentum going and just continue to get better, eventually just make something even bigger. When we were talking on the phone about directing people and just directing in general, in directing people, I think it's a little different when you're directing somebody who's really an actor or somebody who's not an actor, but the same thing sort of applies in my case from my experience with both. It's make the person feel comfortable, let them know that it's okay to try again or mess up, and the most important thing is that we're having fun while we're doing it, and then we get the job done at the same time. What's my best advice to give to a beginning filmmaker? Things that I wish I knew when I was starting out is get a book for your ideas. Write every idea you have down, even if it's a bad one, write it down and you can figure it out if it's good or bad later. And then work on a lot of stuff and keep practicing. Of course, practice. That's good advice for anyone. But another thing I would say is don't be afraid to show your work, your movies, to people. If it's in your living room with your family or putting it online, just sharing it with people is a great way to keep getting better and to get real feedback. Don't make it too personal. If you get bad comments online, like I don't see those people making anything. So do the hard work of making something that is unique to you and interesting to you, something that you're excited about, and then share it with people. And I think you might be surprised at what people think. What's the longest movie I ever made? The longest movie I ever made is live action Toy Story. Second would be Crazy Quest, which is 22 minutes. That's the longest original movie. Live action Toy Story I count as a feature-length film. We made one, but it wasn't like I chose what was happening or wrote a script or figured out what it should look like. I already knew what it should look like. We just remade it. Top 3 favorite movies are Toy Story, and then Toy Story 2, and then Toy Story 3, in that order. But if we group them together and say the Toy Story trilogy, then I'd probably put Raiders of the Lost Ark next, or very close. And then I have a tier. I mean, Monsters, Inc. is up there, and we talked about it in a podcast. If you want to go back into the podcast archives, I talked about my top 41 favorite movies. I make them into a pyramid because I can't really decide one by one, but there's some that are equal. Super 8 is up there. Peter Pan, the original with the Disney version. I got a lot of favorites. Goofy movies, pretty high up there. Thank you to Today I Grew Up. Thank you, David, for visiting, for coming to watch our short in the theater, and for just having a great channel to inspire other people. I hope that we get to work together again very soon. And for those thoughtful interview questions. Okay, bye. Cool, bye.
I'd like to thank again Jonathan and Jesse for showing me around Arizona, taking me on a tour of their stomping grounds, and they even gave me this autographed poster of their short, Deflated Dreamer. Now, if you haven't watched this short yet, please click the card here in the corner of your screen. It'll take you to that short film. They worked really hard on it. I enjoyed it. It's a comedy sketch and it's really funny. Basically, it's pretty self-explanatory. This inflatable guy loses his job and he's looking for work. And yeah, you have to watch the short to find out why. And what's cool about this poster is I put it on the back of my door, so it'll forever be below this live-action Toy Story autograph poster as well. And now we added Deflated Dreamer to it, which is really cool. Thanks, partners, for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed JP and Beyond as much as I do. They have a great, amazing YouTube channel. Go support them. Thanks, partners. I'll see you on the next video review.
You are a sad, strange little man. You are a sad, strange little man.
You are a child's plaything! Hey, Ham, look, I'm Picasso.
I don't get it.